Good evening everyone, I'm Arna Michelle C. Sena and this is my report in assessment of learning. Blooms and Andersons conferred. Source Wilson, Leslie O. 2001. Benjamin Bloom critically examined his own cognitive taxonomy and he noted that there is fundamental difference between the knowledge category. First level in his taxonomy and the mental operation, higher 5 levels in his taxonomy comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Perform on that knowledge or with that knowledge. May recall of knowledge is different comprehensions, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation of that knowledge. Bloom also identified specific types of knowledge such as terminology, specific facts, conventions, trends and sequences, classification and categories, criteria, methodology, principles and generalizations, theory and structures. In the revised cognitive taxonomy, Anderson and Cartwell identified 4 levels of knowledge. 1. Factual knowledge. 2. Conceptual knowledge. 3. Procedural knowledge. And 4. Metacognitive knowledge. If you are compared the specific types of knowledge given a Bloom, take note that the first 3 categories, factual, conceptual, and procedural knowledge, were cited by Bloom. How do the 4 categories of knowledge differ from one another? Factual knowledge, as the name implies, this refers to facts. This refers to essential facts, terminology, details or elements students must know or be familiar with in order to understand a discipline or solve a problem in it. Whilst conceptual knowledge, this refers to the interrelationships of facts. It is fact to put together within a larger structure that enable them to function together. It is knowledge of classifications, principles, generalizations, theories, models, or structures pertinent to a particular disciplinary area. Procedural knowledge, this is knowing how to do something, refers to an information or knowledge that helps students to do something specific to a discipline, subject or area of study. It includes knowledge of methods of inquiry, criteria for using skills, algorithm, techniques, and methods. While metacognitive knowledge, this is knowing that know. This is thinking about your own thinking in a purposeful. It is awareness and knowledge of one's own cognition. It is a reflective knowledge about how to go about solving problems and cognitive tasks. It includes contextual and conditional knowledge and knowledge of self. This is the revised version from original by Anderson, L.W. and Cartwell. Factual knowledge and basic information. Knowledge of terminology are vocabulary terms, mathematical symbols, musical notation, and alphabet. Knowledge of speak details and element, components of the food pyramid, names and congressional representative, major battles of World War II. Conceptual knowledge, the relationship among species of a larger structure that make them function together. Knowledge of classification and categories, species of animals, different kinds of arguments, geological era. Knowledge of principle and generalization, types of conflict of literature, Newton law and motion. Knowledge of theories, models, and structure, types of theory of evolution, economic theories, and DNA models. This is the procedural knowledge and how to do something. Please read the table below. And here is the example of cognitive activities. Here are some example of cognitive processes. Remembering procedure, the right information from memory. Recognizing and identify frogs in a diaphragm of different kinds of amphibian. Recalling, name the 3 19th century of Moomin English authors. I will read some example of understanding make meaning from educational materials or experiences. Interpreting, translate a story problem into an algebraic equation. Exemplifying, draw a parallelogram, find an example of stream. Comparing, explain how the heart is like a pump. Compare Mahatma Gandhi to a present-day leader. Explaining, draw a diagram explaining on how earth pressure affects the weather. Here are some Example of applying, use, and procedure. Executing. Add a column of 2-digit numbers. Implementing. Design an experiment to see how plants grow in a different kinds of soil. Analyzing. Break a concept down into its parts and describe how the parts relate to the whole. Differentiating. List the important information in a mechanical word problem and cross out the information. Organizing. Place the books in the classroom library into our categories. Attributing. Read letters to the editor to determine the author's points of view about the local issue. Evaluating. Make judgment based on criteria and syllabus guidelines. Checking. Participate in the writing group, giving up works of feedback on organization and logic of argument. Critiquing. Judge how well the project meets the criteria of a rubric. Creating. Put pieces together in the form of something new, recognizing components of use structure. Generating. Give a list of criteria, list some option of improving race relation in a school. Planning. Make a storyboard from a multimedia presentation on insects. Proceding. Write and journal from the point of view or mountaineer. Build a habitat from pigeons. Put a play based on a chapter from the novel you're reading. That's all. Thank you for watching and listening.